The Ukrainian army is mounting successful counterattacks in the country's south. Our international correspondent Annalise Borges has been embedded with the troops on the front line and joins us now. Annalise, good to see you. Welcome to the programme. We saw you there on one of the front lines. You're embedded with the troops. What is the situation where you are right now?
Well, Odessa is a bit of a safe haven near the most dangerous areas from this region. Much of the coordination of the war efforts here in the south is being organized, but it only takes a 2 hours drive to actually see a very, very different picture. To the east of the city of Mykolaiv, that is where those multiple fronts are being waged. The fighting is being waged on these multiple fronts. We spent some time yesterday with a group of soldiers, one battalion that is currently trying to retake the city of Kherson, and it was very interesting to see how they are still in high spirits. They were talking about their determination to retake Kherson and also other areas. They insist it's only a matter of time, that they have what it takes and that they will continue fighting. And even though the situation was relatively calm while we were there with them near those front lines, shortly after we left the region and attempted to do a live hit with one of those shows, we were actually told to leave because the shelling had resumed once again.
Now, Annalise, concerns are being raised about Moscow's intentions for the southeast of the country, whether indeed it may even plan to annex it, particularly in light of a visit from the deputy Russian Prime Minister. What more can you tell us about that?
Well, we've heard news that the Russian-installed authorities in Kherson were planning on filing a motion and request Moscow to annex that entire area a couple of days ago, actually. And now the news that these Russian delegations might be heading to that area. That is likely to hinder peace negotiations. We've heard from the chief advisor to the Ukrainian President, Volodymyr Zelensky, earlier today, saying that there will be no ceasefire unless all Russian soldiers leave Ukrainian territory, and that is likely going to take some time. As to how the news of this visit is playing here among soldiers, well, we've spoken to some of the troops who said it changes nothing to them. They will continue fighting, and even if those regions are annexed, well, they will retake them, not only Kherson, but also the Donbass in the east of the country, and also Crimea, which was, of course, annexed back in 2014.
Now, of course, Annalise, as you are aware, attention around the world has been fixed on the Azovstal steel plant. The Kremlin now saying that around 1,700 Ukrainian fighters there have surrendered. What is the latest that we're hearing out of that operation in Mariupol?
Well, we understand that the Red Cross has been registering those soldiers that have been evacuated from the Azovstal steel plant. They are actually registering them as prisoners of war at the request of both parties. According to the organization, they have registered hundreds of prisoners. They have not cited the exact number, but they say they have their information, their date of birth, and other classified information that is, according to international law, those interviews must remain confidential. The Red Cross is adamant that they are not moving, they're not transporting those soldiers to the place where they're being detained. It's a very difficult situation to verify. Of course, Ukrainian authorities have not confirmed those numbers, but they are saying that they hope those prisoners are going to be part of a prisoner swap deal with Russia in the coming days. Russia, however, has said that they are planning to interrogate all those prisoners and determine whether or not they had any kind of involvement in crimes against civilians.